Last 24 hours, we are hearing that Iran is now directly threatening U.S. homes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Coming out today, March 3rd, 2026. Iranian Quds Forces warns the enemy will no longer be safe anywhere, not even in their own homes. And this is just the headline, but just to clarify, they're speaking directly of the United States, American citizens in their own houses. Trump: Iranians want to talk. This coming out today, March 3rd. I said it's too late. Donald Trump saying there will be no negotiations. We're going to move forward with war. He said this might take 4 or 5 weeks, but we are going to annihilate the IRGC. Now, the IDF Israel this morning flattens the building where Iran's assembly of experts was picking Khamenei's successor. We're hearing that the remaining leaders of the IRGC were assembling today to determine the successor of Khamenei, and Israel destroyed the building they were going to meet in before they were able to get together. We're hearing that they are just decimating Iran. And in addition to that, as we mentioned, the concerns about Iran hitting the U.S. households. This comes as in the past couple of days we've been receiving the warnings from the FBI, from Governor Greg Abbott, from Ted Cruz, from a variety of different people. You can see here warnings of Iranian sleeper cells. This must be taken seriously at this time, as we're hearing that there is the threat of lone wolf actors and sleeper cell activations as a result of the war and the conflict taking place in the Middle East.
First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash, Bawadi Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, for allowing me to do another video through the Spirit. Bawadi Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, for giving us His truth as worms. Double honor to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the hopeful elect. And this is going to be a lesson on, the hot topic since Saturday, World War III. We're in the midst of these things happening and these prophecies being fulfilled. And one major prophecy to be fulfilled is what? World War III. And we're clearly living in the stages of it being set. I'm going to show this little clip. I'm showing it at the beginning of the video also. But we are very well. Really, we've been in World War III since the start of this whole COVID thing in 2020. That's when I believe that Ukrainian thing first popped off. The World War III has really been, it's been, a world war is never declared as a world war until it's ended. America has been stretching its army thin for a very, very long time into all these other nations, into all their business. And now it's all culminating into a mass out, all out war. In the Bible speaks of this war. The Bible tells you of this war. And, not to mention also them releasing these files and these different, there's different information that, brothers are bringing out that's leading the U.S. to have a giant distraction from all the corruption that's going over here in America. So let's get this clip. I haven't even watched this clip in its fullness yet, but let's see what he says.
Out in the last 24 hours, we are hearing that Iran is now directly threatening U.S. homes. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest headlines so that way you can see it for yourself. Coming out today, March 3rd, 2026. Iranian Quds Forces warns the enemy will no longer be safe anywhere, not even in their own homes. And this is just the headline, but just to clarify, they're speaking directly of the United States, American citizens in their own houses. Trump: Iranians want to talk. This coming out today, March 3rd. I said it's too late. Donald Trump saying there will be no negotiations. We're going to move forward with war. He said this might take 4 or 5 weeks, but we are going to annihilate the IRGC. Now, the IDF Israel this morning flattens the building where Iran's assembly of experts was picking Khamenei's successor. We're hearing that the remaining leaders of the IRGC were assembling today to determine the successor of Khamenei, and Israel destroyed the building they were going to meet in before they were able to get together. We're hearing that they are just decimating Iran. And in addition to that, as we mentioned, the concerns about Iran hitting the U.S. households. This comes as in the past couple of days we've been receiving the warnings from the FBI, from Governor Greg Abbott, from Ted Cruz, from a variety of different people. You can see here warnings of Iranian sleeper cells. This must be taken seriously at this time, as we're hearing that there is the threat of lone wolf actors and sleeper cell activations as a result of the war and the conflict taking place in the Middle East.
Yep, which is all biblical prophecy. And let's jump right in. Let's hop right into it. This is Joel 3. You know where I'm going. This is Joel 3 and verse 1. It says, "For behold, in those days and in that time," and we are in that time, "when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all the nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, which is Yahweh's judgment, and will plead with them there for my people and for my inheritance Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Yeah, and this is what we're seeing. The Lord is gathering all these nations into battle. And you kind of have to take the news from Israel and from the United States with a grain of salt, because they're the land of propaganda, both of them. They'll say one thing and it'll be a bold-faced lie. They can say, "Oh, we're winning, we're going to take them out, and we did this and we did that," but really it's just a lie. So you have to take it, "Oh, we're going to destroy Iran in 4 weeks." Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what you do. But these are the wars and rumors of wars which our Lord spoke about at his return. These are the things which are supposed to be happening upon the planet Earth as Yahushua makes his grand entrance. Let's get this. This is Revelation 14. Is it 14? No. 11 and 14. This is Revelation 11 and verse 14. "The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly." And what is the second woe? That World War II. World War II is already past, and we're in that third woe. And these things are all the beginning of what? The beginning of sorrows, which is going to lead to Jacob being delivered out of it. Because all of this ties into what? Jacob's trouble. All of this, World War III, the chip. It all ties into that one troublesome, not literally one troublesome day, but that troublesome time that is about to come upon the children of Israel for their iniquity and for their sins. We're living in those days, man. There, you clearly see them destabilizing South America so they can get in there, so they can create another Israel. You see them destabilizing these countries and them moving and making moves because we're at the end. This devil is moving forward with his agenda. And they know that this place, Babylon, is going to be burned up. They know. But this is a part of their plan to make this place the enemy of all the nations. All these nations aren't siding with America. They're not. Even Canada just told Trump flat out no about taking their resources. These nations are not siding with the whore. So we're going to see how all these things play out, but we know biblically what is all leading up to in this World War III. World War III is prophesied in the Bible. And how is the Lord going to deliver his people out of it? Through those ships, through those chariots. But these things are happening and tying in with biblical prophecy because the Lord spoke it all those thousands of years ago. The Lord spoke these things into existence. And now they're happening. And you Christians and you people, while you scoffed and scorned and mocked and talk your shit, now you're seeing the fulfillment of prophecy right before your eyes. Because all this book is what? It's the spirit of prophecy, which is the spirit of Yahushua. All you people scoffed and mourned, and all of you are silent now. All of you are silent now. This is Revelation 12 and verse 12. "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he had but a short time." And so you see Esau in this crash out mode, because he knows his end is coming. And as he makes these moves, as he goes to establish his new world order, these other nations, hey, they're gonna burn this bitch. They're gonna burn this whore. Something's gonna happen. However it happens, it's gonna lead to them burning the whore, and that is meaning burning America to a crisp. And you best believe they got some false flag, sitting in their back pocket waiting to let it loose, man. Who knows what it is? Who knows what will happen? But these devils are making their plans and they're making their moves. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to keep his men and keep them prepared for whatever happens. Because that's what these videos are meant to do. It's to warn the Lord's people and prepare them for what's about to happen. We're sending out those trumpets, sounding the alarm and warning you, like this is coming to an end. So you be prepared. And how do you prepare yourself? Through seeking Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai in these last days. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. That's what's going to get us through these times, man. Because soon there's a collapse on everything. There's a collapse on the money. There's a collapse on water. There's a collapse on the air. There's a collapse on the food market. Everything is collapsing around us. What are you going to do when all these things happen? We got World War III. We got the Northern Kingdom being taken and raped, and God knows what is happening to them. You got them approaching on the Southern Kingdom. You have Edomites, Esau versus Esau. You have civil unrest. What are you going to do as these things progress in the planet Earth? Because the Bible tells us that these things are only going to get worse. They're only going to get worse, just like in Egypt. They're only going to get worse. So what are you going to do? This is 2 Ezra 16 and verse 36. It says, Behold, the word of the Lord. Behold, the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Yeah, don't believe the gods that the Lord. Don't believe your pastors. Don't believe these niggas lying to you. Don't believe these niggas preaching prosperity. And that goes for you Israelite camps also, you false ones. Because what? It says, Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Is your congregation warning you of these things happening? Are they telling you and lining up the things happening in the planet Earth as we speak right now with biblical prophecy? If they're not a prophet, and they're not going to make it, man. They're a liar, they're a deceiver, and they're using you. And if you want to follow after them, that's on you. That's on you. It says, as when a woman with a child is as when a woman with a child is in the ninth month, bringing forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, hear my word. Make ye ready to the battle. In those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. And Ezra is speaking about the time we are in now. He's seeing the vision of the times we are in now. These plagues are only going to increase. We're not in that time. We're really not in that time where, we get that slow season, man. These things are popping off like popcorn, man. Some pops off here, some's popping off there, some's popping off here, some's popping off there. These prophecies are coming to pass left and right, man. These plagues are falling upon this world, man. They're happening. So make ye ready for the battle, man. As Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai approaches his earth, man, we have to be prepared. And how do we prepare? Prepare by seeking him, by calling upon him, by praying to him, by asking him for hope and salvation in these last days, man, for mercy, and doing the best that we can to please him as these times get even worse, man. Because the times are only going to get worse. They're not going to get better. There's no getting better. You get in a funk sometimes where you're like, damn, man, how can I, even like just making money, or how can I do this? How can I do that? It's really because this place is falling apart, man. You just gotta, you're trying to stop from falling. You can't stop the fall. Just let it fall over, man. Just leave everything up to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We're about to lose things, man. We're about to lose jobs. We're about to lose money. We're about to lose children. We're about to lose women. We're about to lose things, man. But Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is about to give us everything back even more and greater if we endure this. Because it's about to happen. The time is drawing nigh, man. We're all going to be tested. So, Lord will, hope this lesson is edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem